So what I'm doing now is I'm going to share with you what to do with some of those hard to place items. Like, wow, this is like a little bit extra from what you were doing before. You know, we did the clutter magnet challenge. We placed a lot of stuff in other places, organized those areas so that they're useful and look good. And then there's other things that come up. You're like, well, what the heck do I do with these? And so here's what I'm talking about right now. One of the things are those freaking manuals and things, like the manual to your refrigerator, the manual to your dishwasher, the manual to the thing that you use for that, like if you have to replace a hose kind of thing. So now, personally, I feel like these things are online. You don't need to keep them. You can make a document of, you can look at it and say, and get the information from it, create a document, get the link to it, and then just put it on the document, and then save it on your computer in a folder. But if you're, a little old school and you want to keep them, also things like the warranties that go to things, you might want to keep those, right? You could always scan them though. But here you go. So what this is the best thing to do with them is, most of these things belong in the kitchen. Put them in the kitchen in an area that you'll know this is where they are, and in a space that makes sense. So like, I'm going to put this up here. Also a space that like you don't use hardly ever. So you see up here, there's like that big, it's like so high. And then look, come over here, Dan. And then up here too, it's like so high. So I could choose to put these, like the microwaves in here, the dishwasher, the refrigerator. These are all pretty new appliances. I could choose to put them here, but I do choose to put them there instead because this will probably get used way more than that will. So if I wanted to, I could get a big baggie and stuff them all in there, and then just put them in here, bada boom. I don't have to care that much. There you go, that's it. Now, if it turns out that, say, someday you're going to move from that place, then when you pack up your kitchen, you just take those things right from the kitchen. And then when you move into your next place, they would go in the kitchen too. If another place that you live, or if where you are now doesn't have these high cabinets, you could always take them and tape them to the top or the back of the cabinet. Like just open up where your pots are, and then tape, put them in a baggie and tape them to the back of that, and that's where they go. Another thing that I like to do is, as often as I can, tape whatever it is to the back of something. Like say you have a DVD player and you have that little thing that goes with it and you want to keep it. I know that I really need that remote control thing to look at, because sometimes I'm like clueless with that thing. And so that would go great like somewhere on the back of your TV, underneath your DVD player, you tape it to that, okay? Now here is something that, you might really love this one. I really love this one. I was cleaning out my son's drawers, right? And this thing has been like a big pain in my butt since I moved here. And I realized what it was this morning. It is like spare parts. It says spare parts. And I'm looking at it and I know what it's for. It's spare parts to a shelf that's in there. So here's what you could do. You could take them out and then put them all in one little baggie or something, because we're going to tape this to the back of the shelves. That's what we're going to do. If you ever take apart something, you take apart a baby crib, you take apart a bunk bed, you take apart a futon, you take apart a shelf, anything. All of those parts that you have, put it in a sturdy Ziploc kind of bag, some kind of baggie or something, and tape it to that thing, and then when you move, wherever you're going to move that thing, everything is always together. So you have that with you when you take it apart. So all of those pieces go in there right away. You won't lose anything. And then it gets, somehow fastened to it. I usually just like wrap tape around it. I don't let it hang, because otherwise, it could rip off. So there's that. Now come with me and you can watch me do this. So we're just going to go where the cabinet is. Now remember, we're about happy, not about perfect, all right? So probably in like a perfect world, maybe we would really want to take these out and consolidate them, but I'm not in a perfect world and I don't care that much. It would take more time than I need to spend. So I'm just going to take both of these and I'm going to pull this out. And what I could do if I wanted to, I could tape one on one and one on the other one, which probably would be a good idea because let's say I forget I did this, or I tell somebody I did it, but they forget that I did it. And they are like, oh, I wish I had those parts to this. And they didn't know to look on one of them for both of them. And they just looked on one and they said, oh, there aren't any. So come here, Dan, see if you can just show how it's really, like you can't get any simpler than this. And I already checked before I did this, and it still, even though it comes out a little bit, it still goes flush against the wall, so there's no issues there. Just a little tape, bada boom. So I think I am going to do that. I am going to tape this other one. All right, so good, see that? Okay. I am going to tape the other one to the other one, which you don't have to watch me do because it's the same thing as I did here. Let me just put this back all nice and nice. All right. Did anybody say that? Nice and nice? You know? Daniel doesn't. Okay. All right. So you could turn that around and then give it back to me. No, not that way. Turn around. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So now let me see. Turn this around. We're together. Okay. Hi. All right. So I'll do this one after we sign out together, because why watch me do it twice? So that's a great way of doing things. Even other things that you have extra of, if you could just figure out how you could tape it to the bottom, to the back, like I just did just there, get them in a closet. Like when we were by Holly's, I did the challenge over by Holly's house, it was her desk, right? And we did that. When we were there, she came across manuals. She said, well, I keep all my manuals here. And I said, come here, let's see. Let's do something. We went in the kitchen, and they were all kitchen manuals. So I said, okay, here's the microwave, because she had no above cabinets, no high cabinets, I meant. I said, well, here's the microwave. Let's put this microwave one right where the microwave is. And here's the refrigerator one. Let's put this one right where the refrigerator. You can actually tape a refrigerator manual right to the top of the refrigerator. You never see that. Put it in the back of it. So that's an option. All right. Okay. So I think that's it. Thanks a lot for being here. Now listen, this is what I want to tell you. Anybody that joined me for this challenge, if you liked what you accomplished, if you were so happy about the work that you got done, and you know that you still need some work to do at home, I invite you to register into Tidy Tutor University. If you go to thetidytutor.com/TTU, I'll put it in the chat. You can find out more about it. It's a whole page with all information on it about TTU. Take a look. It's not going to stay up for long. It comes down every so often. I only promote this every few months. Really, take a look at it and see. And if anybody here was part of TTU and would like to be part of Insiders, email me, Kathy@thetidytutor.com. You could go in the private message and you could private message me and say, Kathy, I want to get back into Insiders. Okay. If you have any questions, question my ass. Okay. All right. So we'll stay connected, because the challenge is going to come down on May 1st. So it now is available for only $27. The entire challenge is available for $27 in an organized, easy to access way. So you don't have to search through Facebook or anything like that. And so that's available too. If you go to the Connect page, then you'll see, you know what I'm talking about, right? That page that I did with all of it on there, so it was easy for you to access, that kind of thing. There's the link there. I'll also put it in the description. Okay? All right. So this was great. I really loved being with you this week. Maybe I'll do another one of these talking about TTU, talking about what it's all about and all of that kind of stuff. But don't make you wait. If you are ready to get started, do it now. It's the best thing you'll ever do for yourself. It pays for itself over and over and over again in so many ways. Okay? All right. Mwah. Take care, you guys. Bye.